Hey, folks, welcome to InTheMoneyStocks.com's intraday analysis video, brought to you by the creators of proprietary price, pattern, and time methodology. Learn the PPT strategies and, as always, profit for life. My name is Gareth Soloway, Chief Market Strategist here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. Today's date, Wednesday, March 12th, 2014. Markets are trending slightly lower for the most part, except for the tech-laden NASDAQ. NASDAQ is up about 11 points, but the Dow is down 21 points, and the S&P 500 is down 2 points on the day. So again, you can see what's happened today. We started the day with a gap down, which continued the sell-off from yesterday. And again, you can see yesterday we made a pivot high right around 11 a.m. Eastern time, then sold the rest of the day into the gap down today. The gap down today, we saw a little bit of a reversal here to the upside right into the 11 o'clock time frame. So kind of a couple little interesting things here. Number one, the last 2 days, the high so far has been made at the same time of day, 11 o'clock here, 11 o'clock approximately here. And since then, yesterday we saw a big sell-off. Today it's more of a sideways choppy session. Now, yesterday's down day coincided with a couple key things, but to really confirm any sort of market top, you needed to see a solid down day today. And we're not getting that, at least not yet. And granted, it's only about 2:30 p.m. Eastern time, but unless we get a solid sell-off into the close, you would not go out on a limb and say that we have an official top in this market just yet. And I think that's important because I know a lot of people are looking for it. I'm looking for it myself. But we have to be realistic about looking for it and seeing it correctly. So yesterday was a good start. You had a nice reversal from the highs of a day where we reversed and closed near the lows of the day with a solid sell-off from the highs to the lows. But as of now, because we're hovering around the flat line, this would not confirm the down move. All right? So again, as of now, if we were to close right in this range around the flattish to slightly negative side on the S&P and the Dow, this would not be a top in the markets. Now, actually, what you have here intraday, interestingly enough, is a little bit of a bullish consolidation pattern off of this reversal to the upside. So it's actually favoring the upside, and just as I say that, it's interesting because you're starting to get a little bit of an uptick here on the markets. Now, do I think that there's a lot of upside if we don't confirm a top today? No. Honestly, I said this to you guys before. I'll say it again. Your upside is limited to a 1 to 2% move to the upside. So, I mean, you're looking at like 2 to 3 points on the SPY, maybe back to a $1.90 high on the SPY, which again would be like 1900 on the S&P 500. And maybe it's destined to get there. I mean, that's only about 34 points away right now on the S&P 500. As long as we don't confirm to the downside, then I think that is your likely target based on an even number before the next sell-off. Now, again, if tomorrow we have a big sell-off or a topping tail or some signal, then the watch for a confirmation move is right on again. So, I mean, we have to be flexible. All investors and traders need to be flexible. You know, I'm hefty short on the market, which is actually working very well. The shorts I have are for the most part doing very well. And I'm that because I don't think there's a lot of upside. So even if the markets go up a little bit, the net move will be a bigger move to the downside when it happens. So I'm in a good position. So that's why I'm not worried about being net short the markets. All right. Again, minimal upside risk to quite a bit downside. I mean, in all fairness, the right things hit, and you could see a flash crash in this market of 10% in a day. I mean, that's on the table, especially as we get towards next week's Fed meeting where they're going to taper another $10 billion. But the point, again, is that we don't know that it's coming yet. We don't know that that top is in just yet, so that's what we're waiting to see. Once we see it, it's game on. I'll even load some more shorts as a play here. Okay, so that's what we have going on here, guys. I'm just trying to see what else we have on the radar. A couple stocks to watch. Apple, AAPL today, down about 74 cents. Markets are basically, again, flat. NASDAQ is actually positive, and I keep on talking about this because I think it's important, but yesterday the markets were down, right? And Apple was up, and the NASDAQ was down pretty decently, about, I think, 30 points, 27 points or so. Today, the NASDAQ is up on the day, and Apple is down. Notice how it's inverse to the markets, and I've said this almost in every free video every day, that I need you guys to start realizing that that's the way Apple's trading right now. Apple has become a safety play where when the markets are stronger, like the NASDAQ is today, which is what Apple is in, Apple is going to be sold. All right, now, not sold heavily, just a little bit. I mean, it's only down 75 cents, but that's the angle it's going to go. Because it's not looked at as being a high reward play anymore. It's more a stable safety play. All right, Apple's going to pay you your dividend every year. The PE is going to remain right in this range. They're not going to grow a lot, but they're not going to really shrink a lot, so it's looked at as that safe play. And the same thing goes yesterday where the market was getting hammered towards the end of the day, and we saw a nice move up. Apple was up like $3, $4, $5 yesterday by the end of the day. So just keep that little coincidence in mind. Now, the greatest play of the week, folks. This was a stellar play, probably one that's worth for the Hall of Fame. Take a look at Plug. All right, yesterday, actually right here is where I told you guys to short it. I came on the free video on Monday, and I said bearish pattern here. You can load the short. I told you guys I was in a short. I had puts as well. I took my puts off the table on this dip for a nice profit. I rebought my puts on the day after when we were here, and look at the collapse you saw. Literally from the level I gave you in this free video, and this is a free video. This isn't even what the members get. All right, this stock dumped out 40%. 40+% from that level, folks, in literally a day. From this time frame to this time frame right here. This morning, guess what? Yesterday after hours, I gave out an alert that I was buying Plug right down here. All right, we picked it up. My entry was 576. I sold it this morning for over a 10% gain. Think about that, folks. Short up here, making money. Long down here. Play it any way you want it. That is a Hall of Fame play right there. I love how the stock is volatile enough, or was volatile enough, that you can make some big money on it. Another mover today, HLF, getting smoked, was halted, had a huge sell-off and gap down. It's come back a little bit, but still down about 9%. This is after Ackman, and there's still nonsense going on between him and, is the company a pyramid scheme or not? Honestly, it probably is to some extent, and we'll see again down the line. Would I be short it? No, I'm not going to mess with these guys. When these guys are in it, they're going to swing it wildly both directions. I'm not going to get involved with that by any stretch. Okay? But again, any way you cut it, it's a fun stock to watch, and there might be some day trades in there, but I'm just not going to swing it. Okay? Amazon, let's take a look at Amazon here, AMZN. Amazon is grinding higher today, up about $2 on the day. Let's take a look at IBM. Let's look at some of these bigger tech names. IBM's actually a little bit weaker on the day. That stock down about 57 cents. Daily chart has run into some resistance on IBM, so that's kind of an interesting one there. All right, take a look at copper. Copper's been a collapse play of late. And look at this big drop, and it's getting a bid today, so it is bouncing a little bit today. And again, for members, you guys know exactly what I did with this yesterday, and I continue to like it for a little bit more of a bounce, really, off this level. Should be just a nice and easy trade. Give us a couple days to make a few percent. Very easily done. All right. One other stock that I'm keeping an eye on here, let's take a look at Goldman Sachs. The financials continue to be a little bit weaker. Goldman's only down 15 cents. It's come quite a bit off the lows. But JP Morgan, take a look at JPM. JPM's the one that's getting hammered more so here. And that chart is down 38 cents on the day, or 0.65%. So that's a pretty big hit. Notice how on the daily chart it came right into the 50 and is getting a little bit of a bounce. So nice little move there. Very, very nice little move on JP Morgan. All right, let me see what else is out there. I'm just trying to scan through and see what else I want to look and potentially pick up here. Boeing, how's Boeing doing today? Boeing continues down. Let's take a look at DuPont. DuPont's bouncing a little bit. Notice how DuPont came right into the 20 MA and is getting a little bit of a bounce because of that. So nice little move there on DD. What else do we want to take a look at? Visa. Visa today down $1.28. A little bit of weakness in that area. American Express today down 45 cents. That stock was down more, but has come off those lows. So again, good price action on those credit card stocks, as they are showing some weakness today. USO. Take a look at the USO. All right, the USO perfectly into my level. I gave this to my members yesterday. I said this is where it's going to go. This is going to be your buy level right here. And sure enough, it is your buy level. So nice job on the USO. All right, so I think that's about it for now, folks. And again, I'm going to step aside and just be on the sidelines for a few days here. I shouldn't say a few days, just for the afternoon session. I've traded quite a bit this morning. A lot of money made on Plug, PLUG, and a few other scalps. But what I recommend is I'm going to put out, 2 trade alerts this afternoon, and let's see how they go. All right, bottom line is this is a fun market to trade. Lots of volatility in individual ETFs and stocks, and let's have some fun with it. Take care, folks. Come join us at InTheMoneyStocks.com.